Today we're talking Barrell Craft Spirits, specifically their newest release, Barrell Vantage. Let's do this. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Greatly appreciate it. So today's review is going to be of the newest release from Barrell Craft Spirits, their Barrell Vantage. What exactly is this? Again, this is going to be very consistent with what it is that Barrell Craft does in blending. They are master blenders. So what exactly is Barrell Vantage? Barrell Vantage is coming in at 113.54 or 56.77% ABV. This is going to be finished in Mizunara, French, and toasted American oak. It is blends of Indiana, Kentucky, and Tennessee whiskeys, age stated, non-age stated, MSRP coming in at right around $85. So I think you'll see in today's video how this whiskey really sets up and how I feel that this is going to really appeal to an awful lot of people. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into today's video. So as you can see, beautiful light mahogany type of color. Move the whiskey around in the glass. Really nice oils. All of these whiskeys non-chill filtered. Again, all barrel proof. So really everything that we as whiskey lovers really enjoy. Again, non-chill filtered, barrel proof, all of that in this glass right here, on top of 3 absolutely incredible finishes. So immediately for me, there's these really heavy citrus, maybe even I'll say tropical type of notes. Really nice kind of creme brulee, nice really barrel char on that. A light cooked or stewed fruit is there as well. It's not an overpowering fruit note. Nice cinnamon notes, baking spice I'll say on that. Maybe even like a slight leather note. What I do appreciate so far on the nose is, in addition to the finish that's there, the underlying quality of the bourbons that are in this are kind of starting to stand out. So I love when you can have a really good finished whiskey with the backbone of that incredible whiskey still there. Yeah, there's a toasted aspect to it. So with that like French and toasted oak that are there, you're gonna get those kind of caramelized notes, you know, marshmallow, maybe some slight coconuts, things along those lines often. And definitely that marshmallow, maybe cooked or toasted s'mores, a little bit of like a toasted almond note are definitely present so far on the nose. Yeah, I like how more of the barrel char aspect is starting to come out on top of the baking spice. Almost this slight, like spicy fudge brownie, if that makes any sense. Yeah, I'll even say like some nice sweet like honey, maybe combined with like a graham cracker type of nose that's there. Really absolutely fantastic nose so far. Love how the balance of the finishes are kind of coming through and also allowing that backbone of those bourbons to kind of shine through. So before we dive into the palate, I need to pay some bills around here. So let's hear a word from today's sponsor. So I'm sure you've heard and seen all the buzz around this brand, ZBiotics. The question is, what is it and what is it going to do for you? Today, we're going to take a look at that right now. So ZBiotics is the first of its kind. This is a probiotic drink that breaks down the byproduct of alcohol that just gives you that after morning sluggish feeling after maybe enjoying a few too many cocktails. So how does it work? Simply prior to enjoying your favorite alcoholic beverage or heading out on the town for the evening, simply open up one of the bottles within the box and enjoy it. That's it. You're on your way to then feeling much better, much more productive the following morning without having that after morning sluggish feeling. For me, I like to use these right before doing a barrel pick. When you're going through rick houses and you're enjoying or consuming samples, this will assure that the morning after you don't have that after morning sluggish feel. So I have to say a big thank you to ZBiotics for sponsoring today's video. Make sure you check out the link in the description below. Use code MyBourbonJourney. Enjoy 15% off your order. Again, use code MyBourbonJourney. And a big thank you goes out to ZBiotics again for sponsoring today's video. So let's go ahead and give this one a try. Cheers. So for me, immediately, what stands out is that sweet, rich oak baking spice. It's something that hits my palate immediately. Quickly following, again, are going to be some of those toasted notes. A little bit of that marshmallow, graham cracker, honey, those kinds of things are kind of starting to come out in this. Still love the balance of having the great bourbon in addition to those finishings that are there, starting to kind of really work well together. I'll even say a little bit of, like I got on the nose, there's a little bit of a citrus or maybe even a tropical juicy fruit bubble gum. It's not overpowering to me, but it is there slightly. Definitely great baking spice, sweet, rich oak that's there. A little bit like a toasted almond note that's there. For me, almond is something that's a little bit more of a kind of a creamier nut, something that is a little bit more kind of balanced, not so much like a peanut or peanut shell. You get a little bit more of that like kind of balance from that softer, creamier kind of nut like that. Even a little bit of that, like I was getting on the nose too, there's that Barrell influence. I'm getting some Barrell char, maybe that s'mores chocolate, kind of combined with, again, a little bit of that marshmallow, maybe slight coconut that's there, mixed in with some of the kind of tropical fruit, that juicy fruit bubble gum is still kind of there. So for me, so far, it's kind of all over the place, but I love how different and unique it is. And maybe the tropical note is where the Mizunara is kind of kicking in. So I'm definitely picking up on the toasted, the American oak, definitely the French oak that's there. You can get that, I think, from that creaminess. That's a lot of the marshmallow, a little bit more of that s'mores aspect. So those toasted notes in combination of the char, baking spice. I think this is a whiskey for the masses in terms of it offering up something that the purist bourbon drinker can enjoy, as well as someone who enjoys the slightly sweeter or finished aspect of a bourbon. I think this really hits both of those really well, that are allowing for the balance of both of those to mingle really, really well together. I would say in a nutshell, if we kind of move over to the finish portion, medium long, great baking spice. Again, love that s'mores aspect that's there. The more that the whiskey stays on the palate, a little bit more fruit kind of comes out, more that stewed fruit, nice baking spice. That's been kind of consistent all the way through. Again, love that kind of slight chocolate, s'mores aspect that's there, combined with the sweetness of that French oak, the American kind of oak that's there. It's all lending itself to really a well-balanced whiskey. And for me, I would say with what it is that Barrell does in all their blends, I think for me, honestly, this is probably one of my favorites, or one that I really appreciate a little bit more. I like it because I think it's more drinkable without having to overly focus on the finishes that are there. You're getting both the quality bourbons that are there with the enhancement of those finishes, the great combination of both, but still allowing each one to kind of shine individually, for me, is 100% there. So I think, again, if you're a bourbon purist, it's something you might really enjoy. Again, if you like finished whiskeys, I still think this is going to be something that's going to be a huge fan favorite as this kind of gains a little more traction, a little more popularity. So if you can find the Barrell Vantage, I would say 100% give this thing a try. Really, really incredible whiskey. And again, one thing I'll say is it feels like the whiskeys that are in there have some really nice ages that are there. There's some richness and overall complexity that I think is helping with those finishes to make this blend really, really fantastic. So there you go. Hopefully this helps a little bit. Again, if you were kind of on the fence with the Barrell Vantage, I would say give this one a try. I think, again, at $85 for what it is, and I think maybe some of the profile of what this has to offer, I think this will hit a lot of whiskey drinkers in kind of different areas and offer up a really, really nice kind of well-balanced whiskey. So again, there you have it from Barrell Craft Spirits, their newest release, the Barrell Vantage. So If this is something you have had, make sure you leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on this. For the people who not only watch the video, but read the comments, I think it becomes really important for you to leave those comments from the standpoint of anyone who's looking for a slightly different perspective. They can get that in the comments. So make sure you leave a comment below as to your experience with the Barrell Vantage. So guys, thank you so much. If you'd like to help support the channel, you can through my Patreon page, linked in the description below. If you'd like to follow me, you can on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of those places at My Bourbon Journey. So guys, again, thank you for all the support. Thank you for watching the videos. And remember, it's about the journey and not the destination. Cheers.